playing hide and seek with God. Once upon a time, God said, "I'm bored. I don't have anything to do." Have you ever felt bored? So God was feeling really bored. God said, "I want to play with my friends." And because God is God, as soon as the words were spoken, God's friends were there, kind of like we're here right now. And when God saw them all gathered, God said, "I've been bored. Let's play something." "Good idea," said God's friends. "What shall we play?" So God thought for a minute, and he said, "Let's play hide and seek." And the friends said, "Yay!" They knew that hide and seek with God was exciting and different because God was the one who hid and always thought of wonderful places to hide. So God's friends closed their eyes really tight, and they counted to 10, and when they opened their eyes, God wasn't there anymore. So they all went off to look for God. One friend decided to look close on the earth and came to a meadow. As he was searching, he stopped to admire the tender new sprouts of green grass pushing their way up towards the sun. As he bent over to look more closely at the tender green, he noticed there was something really amazing and wonderful about it. So he jumped back and ran to the home base saying, "I found God. God is green and growing. I found God in the grass." You think you might be able to find God in the grass? Maybe? Maybe? Okay. Another one of God's friends decided to look for God in the night. She watched the sun go down and heard the workaday noises stop and saw the lights in the houses go out. As it got darker and the peaceful night wrapped itself around her, she listened very hard, and she realized there was something really special about it. And it was so still that she could see and hear nothing at all. She jumped up and ran to the home base and said, "I found God. God is dark and peaceful. I found God in the night." A third friend looked on the earth and felt the mystery of the grass growing toward the sun. He stayed and watched the night come on, and he felt the mystery of the darkness and the stars. He thought to himself, "These mysteries are special and amazing and wonderful." But when he finally came back to the home base, he said, "I found wonderful mysteries, but I'm not sure if I want to call them God." A fourth friend looked for God where the people were. He joined a group of people going home from work and went with them into a store where they got food. He went with them back out onto the street as they went to their homes. He was with them when someone came up and said, "Please, I'm very hungry. Could you share a little food with me?" The people readily agreed, and as he watched them sharing with one another, he saw something really special and amazing. And he said, "I found God. God is love and sharing. I found God in people who care for others." Finally, two more of God's friends, a boy and a girl, looked for God together. They came to a house and looked for God in the house. In the room, they saw a mirror, and as they looked into the mirror, they realized there was something special and amazing and wonderful being reflected in it. They turned around and ran to home base, saying, "We found God. We found God in us." So God appeared again and said, "I had so much fun. Weren't those good hiding places? Some of you found me, others weren't sure, and some of you are still looking. That's okay, because the most important thing is just to play the game. Let's do it again. I'm sure I can think of some other good hiding places." And they all called out, "Ali, Ali, oxen free," and the game started all over again. And that's our story.
Thank you, Amy.